So I welcome you all to another very interesting session where we are going to talk about something which you all have been waiting for. So today guys, we're going to talk about what is the change that has been made in the recent GATE syllabus. As you all are aware that it is all across the YouTube that there has been a very big change on CS DA syllabus for GATE 2027. But that is just to scare you. That is just to make you get into FOMO. But we here at PW are helping you get the most real information in the most correct format so that in order to reduce down the panic, we have done our very detailed analysis and we have came up with the exact changes that you should be aware about so that you can know what to focus on and what not to focus on. So with that motivation in place, let's get started with this discussion because today we'll talk about what are the major syllabus changes that has been made by IIT Madras, who is going to conduct the GATE 2027. And specifically, we're going to talk about the syllabus from the CS and DA perspective. Okay, so let's talk about that. So first of all, GATE CS. Okay, for syllabus comparison, what's changing in GATE 2027? So those of you who are aware, okay, you should know that GATE 2026 was conducted by IIT Guwahati, okay, and GATE 2027 is going to be by IIT Madras, okay. So they are just the conducting institutes here, okay. So what have been the change? Because in GATE 2026 or GATE 2025, there was no such major update mentioned by the GATE authorities, okay. But this time they have released some updates, and specifically for CS, we're going to be talking about that. So what's changed in the GATE 2027? So here is a subject by subject comparison between the old and the new, okay, because we thought that rather than making it a very generic thing that syllabus has got changed, let us ourselves dive deep into the syllabus and come up with the exact points where this change has made. So guys, are you ready for that? Like, do you really agree that if we tell you the specific points, you will really be getting benefited a lot? Because that's the major agenda that we have. Okay. So the first thing is about digital logic. Okay. So what was the old syllabus that is still GATE 2026? What was mentioned? Okay. So the first was Boolean algebra, then combinational and sequential circuits, minimization, number representations, and computer arithmetic. Okay, which is fixed and floating point. Again, this topic is part of your COA as well. Okay. Minimization is all about your K map. Okay, and Boolean algebra is all about your different rules, association properties and all. Sequential circuits, your combinational circuits, sequential circuits, adder, half adder, full adder, half subtractor, full subtractor, then counters, ripple counter, right? Up counter, down counter, synchronous, asynchronous. Okay, all those were a part of this syllabus. Flip flops, JK flip flop, D flip flop, T flip flop, SR flip flop. Okay, all those were part of the syllabus because in sequential and combinational they all fit in. Okay. Now coming to the GATE 2027 IIT Madras release syllabus, okay, they have mentioned Boolean algebra and minimization. Now, do you see, guys, there is just name change. Here it was Boolean algebra and minimization was here. Here it is Boolean algebra and minimization. Okay. Algebraic technique, K-map, tabular method. So basically, they have specified what are the different ways of minimization. Okay. Algebraic technique, where you use the various uh, uh, properties available to you, right? Then you have Carnot map, which is the K map, the shortcut method, which will directly give you the optimized expression or the minimized expression. Okay? And design of combinational and sequential circuits. Then you have number representation and arithmetic, which is fixed and floating point. So again, this is mentioned as it is. Okay. Here they have also mentioned design of combinational and sequential circuits. So as you can see, there is just wording change. Can you all give me a quick yes, dosto? Okay. So change in 2027, more depth, explicit mention of algebraic technique, K-map, tabular method under Boolean algebra and minimization. ठीक है. So they have made it very specific कि what do we mean by minimization. ठीक है. So we mean these approaches under minimization. So that's the only change. But if you have studied from us, we are already teaching you all these techniques, right? So you don't have to worry too much about it. We are already covering that as part of the syllabus. So guys, can I have a quick yes before I move on to the next update? Because I just want to tell you that don't be scared that, oh my god, syllabus has changed. We are in July. Okay, many students are panicking. Many students are afraid. Okay, sir, how can they change the syllabus in July month? But guys, you don't have to worry. It will not even have a 10 days of unnecessary additional preparation. Not even that much. Very slight additional preparation will be there. In just 2 to 3 days, you can just cover the changes. Okay, are you ready for the next update? Can I have a quick yes or no on the chat, dosto? Okay. By the way, my name is Aditya Jain, and I have secured All India Rank 60 in GATE Computer Science 2019. Okay. And I can tell you that this is one of the most scoring subject. Like I have scored a good amount of marks in digital logic. My total marks were 77.33 out of 100. Okay. And that's why I'm telling you from my own experience that don't be scared of these changes. They are already part of the syllabus. There's just naming difference. Okay. Hello, sir. We miss you from Parakram batch CS Elgo. Yeah, same here, guys. Same here. I also miss you guys. Okay. And remaining people, you can check out our paid courses. Okay. Chalo. Moving on to COA. Okay. Again, a very, very slight change. Now, this is one of those subjects which is comparatively advanced. Okay. So please take a note of that. So computer architecture and organization, talking about GATE 2026. Okay. IIT Guwahati. We have machine instruction. So this was the old syllabus so far. So far, what was being followed? Machine instructions and addressing modes, ALU, data path and control unit, instruction pipeline, pipeline hazards, memory hierarchy, cache, main memory and secondary storage, IO interface, interrupt and DMA mode. Okay. So these were all the part of the syllabus so far, which was given to you by IIT Guwahati, or I should say so far. Okay, the latest syllabus was this. Now the recent update which were launched by IIT Madras. So this is what the syllabus has been mentioned. Instruction set and addressing modes, design of arithmetic and logical unit, ALU. Okay, ALU is part of here as well, Okay, design of control unit, hardwired and microprogram, memory interfacing and hierarchy, performance, cache memory pipe mapping, IO interface, interrupt and DMA. Again, the DMA was mentioned here. Interrupt was also mentioned here. Instruction pipeline, pipeline hazards. Again, the sequence has got changed, but instruction pipelines and pipeline hazards are still part of the syllabus. Now, what is the change? What is the change in 2027 with respect to the subject COA? Removed the topic secondary storage, removed from memory hierarchy. Okay, so here in memory hierarchy, specifically secondary storage was mentioned. Okay, but here we don't have it. Hence, change in syllabus. Okay, so I hope you understand that this is kind of a decrease. This is kind of a decrease in the syllabus rather than any additional new change. So this is removed from the topic. But guys, if you trust me, I would still tell you don't spend too much time on this topic, but still study somewhat. Okay, I am not the expert of this subject to tell you this, but from my intuition as a topper, I would tell you that don't take risk if you have already studied. If you've already studied, just revise it once and leave it in the memory. Okay, and if you have not studied it, just spend around a day to understand the basics of it, because sometimes I think that this syllabus change is not reflected directly. Okay, sometimes in directly or indirectly way it will still be linked to your concepts. So just study it for 1 or 2 days at max. Okay, and just touch upon this topic. Okay, just to be very confident about your subject. Chalo. So this is kind of a good news for you because COA is one of the most advanced subjects. Okay, but if you are studying from us, we have the best faculty available out there. Vishwadeep sir is teaching you COA, so you can just completely relax and study, and you will 100% get the best possible marks. Okay, now computer networks is a subject which is being talked about a lot by everyone, right? because this is where the major changes have happened. So anyone who is from computer networks background, like who really enjoys computer networks, because you are going to be who really finds computer networks difficult. If so, you are going to be really happy because there has been some reduction, or I should say replacement in the syllabus. Okay. Why are we telling you all this? So that you can spend your time accordingly. If you are yet to study this, you can study the updated syllabus. Okay, whichever, wherever you are studying from, make sure that you are incorporating as per the recent syllabus changes. Okay. So if you talk about computer networks, the older syllabus so far that was being followed, that was the recent GATE IIT Guwahati 2026. Okay, concept of layering, OSI and TCP IP protocol stacks, basics of packet, circuit and virtual circuit switching, data link layer, framing, error detection, medium access control, okay, which is your MAC layer, Ethernet bridging, routing protocols, shortest path, flooding, distance vector, and link state routing. So these are the different these are the different routing protocols that were part of your syllabus. Okay, all these four. Okay, don't get scared, ki, sir, what is this? Sometimes they will just write routing protocols, but here they have mentioned the specific in your older syllabus. Okay. Then you have fragmentation and IP addressing. So specifically IPv4, you have CIDR notation, basics of IP support protocols. Also that they have written very clearly ARP, ICMP, DHCP. Then they have network address translation NAT. Then they have transport layer, which is flow control and congestion. Very, very important. You all know that. Okay, congestion control. UDP, TCP, sockets, application layer protocols, DNS, SMTP, HTTP, FTP, and email. Very, very specifically mentioned. And one of the most relatable topic of computer networks is your application layer, because that is something which you use on day-to-day basis. Okay, so email and all. Okay, coming to the GATE 2027 CS, what is mentioned by IIT Madras for this subject? So pipelines of layering, basics of switching, circuit, packet, and virtual circuit. Okay, so circuit switching and packet switching, you know how important it is. Okay, and here also it was mentioned basics of packet, circuit, and virtual circuit switching. So switching part is clearly mentioned. Data link layer, error detection, medium access control, here also MAC. Okay, Ethernet, distance vector, and link state routing. Now here you can notice, here it was mentioned routing protocols, shortest path, flooding, distance vector, and link state. And here it is specifically mentioned, where is it? Distance vector and link state routing. Okay. So here you can note one difference. IPv4 fragmentation, CIDR notation, network address translation, network address translation. Here also it is written. TCP, flow control and congestion control. This topic will never be removed. Okay, it is one of the most important topic. And socket, API, DNS, and HTTP, the application layer protocols are also there. Now coming to the difference. So again, in a way, it's a good news for you. Okay, so changes: removed the topic shortest path flooding from routing protocols, basics of IP support protocols, ARP, ICMP, DHCP, UDP, SMTP, FTP, and email. Hence, change in the syllabus. Okay, so as you can see, very less application layer protocols are mentioned here as compared to the earlier. So there has been a reduction of these. Can you all please give me a quick yes on the chat, dosto, so that you are aware that not all syllabus changes are meant to be scared. Okay, you need to acknowledge what has changed so that you don't just unnecessarily get disturbed or unnecessarily get worried about in the FOMO. Okay, there should be zero FOMO for you. Okay, you should have zero FOMO about all of this. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Now, please take a note of this, the overall strategy, what and how things can change. Okay, so first is no changes in engineering mathematics, programming, and data structures or algorithms. theory of computation, compiler design, operating systems, and databases. So almost, I should say 70% of the syllabus is completely unchanged. Okay, there has been changes in the three subjects which I have specifically mentioned at the beginning. Okay, but remaining subjects which I have not taken names, okay, like remaining subjects, remaining all these subjects, there has been absolutely no change. Okay, second important point, no change in aptitude syllabus. Okay, because I would say aptitude is already the specific that it should be. So there is no change in aptitude at all. Okay. And no changes in GATE DA syllabus for year 2027. So that's the good news, guys. Okay. So the entire DA audience, just continue the way you have been preparing. There is no change at all in your syllabus in any of the subjects. Okay. So that's a good news. Like the entire domain, the entire paper is as earlier as possible syllabus. Okay. So just acknowledge that maths and aptitude also has not get changed, which is a very important update. So key takeaway is that GATE 2027 enhances depth in digital logic, reshapes COA by removing secondary storage, and streamlines computer networks by removing several topics and protocols names. So it's a very positive change, guys. How many of you agree with me? Can I have a quick yes or no on the chat? It is on the positive side from your preparation perspective, because it is mostly reducing down your load. Okay, so all of you were panicking. We were seeing these comments, we were seeing this telegram channels that you think, oh my god, the syllabus has got changed. But very few of you really went into the depth and understood what are these changes, and you realized that you don't have to worry at all. Specifically the DA Janta. The DA Janta, your syllabus is absolutely the same as per what they have mentioned recently. Okay, so there has been slight change in digital logic, COA, and computer networks. Okay, on the positive side only. Okay. Now stay ahead, understand the changes, plan smart, and prepare better. As I told you, be as early as possible to accommodate these changes. Now don't be of that category, sir, but I've already spent too much time studying it. That's fine. That's fine. It's always good to have more knowledge. Okay, but what you can still do is smartly is that avoid unnecessarily doing revision of the topics which have got removed. I'm still suggesting you study everything at least once, but don't spend time in the revision of those topics which are not mentioned in the recent syllabus. Okay, that's the shortcut you should definitely take. Okay, so that's it, guys. That's pretty much about it. Just please take a note of the specifics that I've mentioned. Okay, and don't spend too much time watching all the videos, watching every channel. No, what we have told you is the complete summary. If still you don't have that satisfaction, please go to the official website and download the syllabus from there, both print both of them and do a side by side comparison. That's the best and the easiest way, but don't spend too much time apart from this. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. This is linked to the Telegram community. Please be a part of the official GATE Wallah community. It's completely for free. You can join it. Okay, or you can join the computer science and IT specific. So if you are from the CS branch, okay, CS and DA, you can be a part of this Telegram community completely for free. And my name is Aditya Jain. As I told you, you can be a part of my Telegram community. Here I keep sharing lots of guidance. We talk about algorithms, digital logic, AI, and placement. Okay, Python, C++, Java, competitive coding, AI, everything we discuss. Okay, so please be a part of this. We discuss prompt engineering as well. Okay, and if you are from other branches, so we have something special for you as well. So for each of the branches like civil, chemical, CSDA, mechanical, electrical, electronics, instrumentation, we have separate Telegram channels for you all, so that you can segregate yourself and you can be a part of the specific community you want. You can also be a part of the official GateWala Telegram community completely for free. And specifically for the English speaking audience, we have created a separate Telegram community. So language is no longer a barrier. Okay, please join all of them, whichever is more relevant to you, completely for free. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much about it, guys. Thank you so much for attending this session. Now, just as a last step, I would say Don't panic at all. The changes are almost on the positive side for you all. So be happy about it, celebrate that, okay? And just make sure that if you have already studied, it's completely fine. Knowledge never goes waste, but you can save some time about rather than revising it again and again, okay? So implement these changes in your syllabus as soon as possible and comment us in the comment section about what and how you will make changes to your preparation as per it, and more importantly, what other topics do you want us to help you at so that we can help you get to your dream rank. Okay. So with that, my dear friends, I hope almost all of your queries are answered. Thank you so much. Goodbye and take care. We wish you all the very best and a great success ahead. Thank you so much. Take care.